Can the newest smartwatch from Amazfit compete with the newest smartwatch from Samsung? Let's find out. So right here we have the Amazfit GTS 4 and right here we have the Galaxy Watch 5. Both of these watches have a great built-in GPS, a more or less good battery life, probably all of the health features that you can think of, and a lot of customizable watch faces. Alright, if we take a look at the health features, the Amazfit GTS 4 does not have an ECG, blood pressure, or the body composition. But therefore, the Galaxy Watch 5 does not have a one-tap measuring, which measures your respiration rate, SpO2 level, heart rate, and your stress level at the same time. And it also does not have a respiration rate tracker. Also, the GTS 4 tracks your SpO2 level 24/7 and the Galaxy Watch only during the night or on demand. Alright, the sleep tracker on the GTS 4 works a little bit better. Now, on both watches you see your sleep duration, your different sleep cycles, but the GTS 4 also tracks your respiration rate during your night. You get to know your breathing quality, things like your heart rate, and it's more correct in general. The Galaxy Watch 5 is always giving me some weird time windows during the night in which I was awake, but I don't really believe that. And as well as the Galaxy Watch 5 has a sleep coach, which analyzes your sleeping behavior and puts you in different categories. And it will let you know what you should do to get a better sleep. Alright, next up, let's talk a little bit about the sport modes and the accuracy of the built-in GPS. Now, both of these watches have more than enough sport modes, like walking and running, but you also get some swimming and winter sports, cycling, treadmill, and all that stuff. But on the GTS 4, we can even do some interval training and change the active time, rest time, and the amount of loops, whereas on the Galaxy Watch 5, we can customize the workout display. Right here, we can change between 3 and 7 metrics that we can have on our workout display. As for the built-in GPS, the GTS 4 definitely have the advantage. This one is dead accurate when you're all in the park or in an open space, and only wobbles a little bit when you enter the city. Also, the GPS does stop for a second if you have the auto pause function enabled. As for the Galaxy Watch 5, don't get me wrong, but this one is still great, but it's just not as good as the one that we get on the GTS 4. The battery life on smartwatches is always one of the things that annoys me the most. Now, most upper-class smartwatches like the Galaxy Watch 5, they only last about a day, maybe 1.5 days, depending on your usage, which is really not a lot. And it does take 90 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%. Now, the Amazfit GTS 4 is a lot better. This one lasts for about 4 to 5 days on normal usage, depending on your usage, but I had the always in display mode toggled on and I did one 30-minute GPS tracked workout. So the clear winner right here is the GTS 4. Alright, next up, the notifications. So on both of these watches, you receive all of your WhatsApp messages, Facebook, Instagram, TikToks, you see your missed calls and emails. But you cannot reply to any messages on the Amazfit GTS 4, and you can only reply to them on the Galaxy Watch 5. And there are different ways of doing so. You can either use one of the quick reply options, use one of the emojis, or you can write your own text. Or if you really want to, you can just straight up talk to your watch and record a voice message, which is a lot better and easier to do than typing on a little screen. Another feature that you more or less only have on the Galaxy Watch 5 is an app store. Now, you do have one on the Amazfit GTS 4, but this one is very limited, and the apps that you get, they are not that useful, at least in my opinion. Now, on the Galaxy Watch 5, you have all of the apps in the world. You have stuff like Spotify, YouTube Music, Strava, Adidas Running, Google Wallet, and a lot more. So definitely a lot better than on the GTS 4. The next small point on my list will be the customizable buttons. So you might know that you only have one button on the Amazfit GTS 4, which is, by the way, customizable. So you can connect any of your apps that you have on the smartwatch to this button. So by long pressing it, you will get right to it. Now you have two on the Galaxy Watch 5. The lower one either brings you back to the previous page or opens up your latest tabs. And the upper one opens up your voice assistant and most of your apps. The next point I got for you right here might be a deal breaker. So you have offline music on the GTS 4 and on the Galaxy Watch 5, but only on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 you can download Spotify and YouTube Music. So you do have offline music on the GTS 4, but this one is a little bit complicated. So you first have to have a music file on your smartphone, and then you have to transfer that one over to your watch, and then you can listen to offline music. So it's a little bit difficult. It's a lot easier on the Galaxy Watch 5. Right here you can just simply open up Spotify or YouTube Music and listen to your favorite tracks over there. Of course, your watch has to be connected to your smartphone in order to do so. Also, if you have the Spotify or YouTube Premium, you can even download tracks, playlists and podcasts to your watch and listen to them offline, which is a lot easier than what we get on the GTS 4. Now let's talk about money. Now the Amazfit GTS 4 comes in at the price of 229 euros, which is okay-ish for what features we get on this one. Now the Galaxy Watch 5 starts at 300. Now I have the 40mm Bluetooth version, but you can like upgrade it to a bigger size model. You can get the Pro model, you can add LTE to it, and this one goes up to 520. So depending on what model you're taking, this one is a lot cheaper. Also, the Amazfit GTS 4 has different always-on display watch faces, which we don't get on the Galaxy Watch 5. Over in the display settings, we can choose between two options. The first one will follow your current watch face style, and the second option will let you choose between 5 AOD watch faces. You've got 3 analog and 2 digital ones. You do have always-on display watch faces on the Galaxy Watch 5, but those will always follow your current watch face style that you're having on right now. Alright, now that we covered all of the differences, what do they have in common? And it's quite a lot. First up, you can receive and decline incoming calls on both of these watches. You can store some contacts in the contacts book or use the dial pad to call your homies. You can also wear these watches on either hand. Both have the ability to change the side of the button, which also turns the screen upside down, so you can either wear them on your right wrist or on your left wrist. By the way, you can also control your smartphone's camera with these watches. You do have a voice assistant, so you have the Google one on the Samsung watch and you have Alexa on the GTS 4. And you get plenty of customizable watch faces. So you can choose between analog and digital watch faces, sporty ones, some with a lot of metrics, or even some animated ones. And all of them are customizable, and you can change the display metrics and even the background colors and hands on the Galaxy Watch 5. And guys, that's it for today. Now, I covered both these watches already in separate videos. Just click one of these videos right here so you can get right to them and you have a more in-depth look into them. And I guess all that's left to say is I will see you in the next one. Peace.